So yeah, my name is Carly Sherman, and I am actually a dual title PhD student in art education and women's gender and sexuality studies. This is my first year, and I'm also, for context and why I'm also seeking everyone's help here today during the Wikistorming edit-a-thon. I am a pre-service liaison board member for the Women's Caucus, but now formerly known as Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education. So if you missed the discussion earlier, I'm technically not allowed to edit the page because I have direct correlation with the association with the organization. So I wanted to share a little bit of background on the Women's Caucus before it kind of transcended into the Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education. These are key dates that I found while doing some brief research. This semester, I am working with the Women's Caucus archives, so I'm going to learn a lot more. But 1973, the Women's Caucus was formed. And then in 1975, the NAEA Board of Directors granted the NAEA WC, is what we referred to it, affiliate group status under presidency of Jody Loeb. And then in 1999, it was actually moved from an affiliate group to an issues group. In 2008, lobby activism's first event at the National Art Education Association convention in New Orleans on March 27th. And the overarching topic of discussion was Vote 2008, What Should a Feminist Do? And actually, I wanted to mention that lobby activism was initiated within the WC by Karen Kiefer Boyd and Reed Dykett. And then 2023, flash forward a bit. On November 18th, 2023, the NAEA Women's Caucus was formally renamed the Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education under the presidency of Rebecca Turk, who's our current president still. And I am sharing this PowerPoint after I'm finished projecting it. And all of these underlined that you see here are actually, oh, it's not moving. Okay. Um, all of these underlined, which you cannot see apparently for some reason.
Here. I think it's moving on.
It is moving on my computer. Okay.
Stop sharing. Yeah, I was gonna say stop.
Sorry about that.
And by the way, congratulations on the title.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was, yes, that was recent. I don't know why it does this sometimes. Ooh. Okay, well, it's frozen. Give me a minute. I know work technical difficulties.
Oh, the PowerPoint wouldn't advance.
Yeah, I want to, I have like a whole thing. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it
Can
on.
you put it in SharePoint and I bring it up on my computer?
Yeah, you can. I'm actually just gonna send.
You know that SharePoint that I opened up?
Yeah, I think it'll be faster if I just copy the link and send it to Brandy real fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the delay, everybody.
Yeah.
Let me stop sharing those dates. Okay, so I've just gone over all of those dates, but I wanted to say that since I shared it, anyone should be able to open it from who has the chat open, and all of the underlined text will link you to where I found that information, so you can read more about it if you'd like. Some of it directly links you to, we have some of the archives digitized on the Women's Caucus website, so it'll actually open up the PDFs that I pulled this information from, or it'll link you to the NAEA website or our just Women's Caucus website. Now that I've shared a bit of history in regards to the important dates within our history as an organization, now we are referred to as Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education. So I wanted to share the mission/purpose statement of the organization for those who may not be familiar with its purpose within the National Art Education Association. And again, that's linked back to our homepage or maybe the NAEA website that also hosts it. So the Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education shall represent and work to advance art education as an advocate of equity for women and all people who encounter injustice, and shall work to eliminate discriminatory gender and other stereotyping practices for individuals and groups, and for the concerns, it should say, of women art educators and artists. So the mission statement was has been voted on and ratified in 1978, 1995, and 2010. So that last vote and ratification was actually on February 17th, 2010. And on the side there, I just have the dates where as an organization, we do actually give out awards. And I wanted to recognize each award that we actually have. And you can read up on those on our website. I didn't want to throw out too many things that I wanted to add to the Wikipedia page, but eventually I would like to add more information about those awards onto the Wikipedia page itself. But I wanted to give credit to those of our members who we actually have awards named after and what they kind of stand for in their title. So today I wanted to edit and provide citations for those interested in learning more about the WC or the CFA now. And you could go through and find different things you may be interested in adding. But there are some digital archives that you are able to pull from or information on the WC website and NAEA website. But I will be focusing specifically documenting the name change and providing more context for lobby activism on that Wikipedia page that I have a screenshot of. So it's pretty minimal. So I want to kind of add some more to it. There's a lot that has changed or been added to that can be elaborated on within the Wikipedia. And like I said, I'm not able to add anything, so I'm looking towards you. I already have the sentences created, and I'll share them with you at the end of this presentation. But I wanted to share some things about the name change. So here you have on the left side of the screen the NAEA Women's Caucus original logo, and then for Coalitions for Feminisms and Art Education, that will soon be decided on, and we're looking for a new design. But in researching for this presentation, I looked into some of the WC archives and found some interesting notes to share regarding the name change because I had talked to board members before, and this has been like a long conversation actually of changing it. But even in 1975, when they became an official affiliate group, there was even talks of changing the name at the 1975 convention in Miami. So I wanted to share those names that were actually put forth but decided to go against it. And it was NAEA's Catalyst Group, NAEA's Women's Action Group, NAEA's Women's Advocacy Organization, and NAEA's Women in Art Education. But ultimately, they remained the Women's Caucus as they were already an operating organization before NAEA actually formally recognized them, and they didn't want to cause confusion. And then, like I said, our original logo, and then now as an active board member, we're actually going to be searching for a redesign pretty soon. So for this slide in particular, I wanted to amp up the information that is on the Wikipedia page about the lobby activism section. So I'm actually pulling from the anthology. I have it in front of me. It's a physical copy. But I studied thoroughly the anthology for my master's research, so I wanted to include some of the bullet points in there onto the WC Wikipedia page. So that publication came out in 2021, and I wanted to specifically highlight the inaugural event at the 2008 New Orleans Convention, facilitated by Dr. Karen Kiefer Boyd, who's present with us, and Reed Dykett. And paraphrasing and direct quoting from the introduction to the book, the first lobby activism event was a meeting of 16 art educators in the hotel lobby of the National Convention held in New Orleans. In their discussion centered the derogatory visual stereotypes perpetuated in the 2008 primaries and president campaign advertisements. I thought this year would be great to add that to the Wikipedia page as we are entering into another election year and we are starting to see advertisements or maybe have already begin seeing advertisements and we can start really thinking through those lenses as they discussed at that lobby activism meeting with a feminist and critical race mindset and when we are viewing those. So I wanted to flash forward 15 years to the lobby activism event at this year's NAEA convention in Minneapolis, and it is Feminist Skyways Rising Against the Winds of Resistance. This year marks sort of I'm calling it like a resurrection of the lobby activism event as the last one was held in 2019. So unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted the possibility of staging the lobbying events, but I wanted to take this time to share this year's discussion topic and invite all of you to attend if you will be at NAEA. Slide. So this is our lovely flyer. The QR code, you can scan it, and I believe it takes you to our website, if I am remembering correctly. But
I
during,
think that takes us to, if you want to fly the kite.
Okay.
To the form that I created.
Okay.
For the kite. Go ahead.
Awesome. So during the event, long kite tails will be made while conversations form around questions such as what feminist values resonate with you personally and how do they inform your worldview and interactions with others. Another one is how might feminist pedagogies transform teaching practices in the art classroom? And then what are visions for the future and what is needed to fly toward such futures? So if you want to take a closer look at that, the link for my presentation is in the chat if you want to read more about it. But I do invite everyone who's present at this meeting to actually attend if you are going to NAEA. Okay, so that was some background information. So the next 4 slides, I believe, I have typed up statements. They might need edited, and I figured somebody could help out and add them straight directly to the Wikipedia page. But the first one is about the lobby activism event in 2008, so the initiating one. So it's just the first lobby activism event was a meeting of 16 art educators in the hotel lobby of the National Convention held in New Orleans. Their discussions centered what Karen Kiefer Boyd writes in the anthology NAEA Women's Caucus Lobby Activism, Feminisms plus Art Education, derogatory visual stereotypes perpetuated in the 2008 primaries and presidential campaign advertisements. I have the link. It is APA format, so we discussed, I think that's the format they pretty much use on the website. We might need to tailor it a little bit. And then you can also click on Karen's name and actually link her Wikipedia page along with when you insert that quote. This one is about the official name change. So the National Art Education Association Women's Caucus official name change was recognized on November 18th, 2023. The Women's Caucus is now formally known as the Coalition for Feminisms in Art Education. And that linked reference will take you directly to the NAEA website where it says the exact date that they actually ratified that name change. The next one I have is about the mission statement. I figured that we could give a little bit of background, and I have a source for that. So it's the mission statement has been voted on and ratified in 1978, 1995, and 2010, being last voted on and ratified on, maybe you need to edit that, by the majority of Women's Caucus members on February 17th, 2010. And then that link will take you to our website where we actually have that nice and bold for you to read. And then the last statement I have, is that the same one? Oh, no, did you change slides?
No, I went back.
Oh.
Why that happened.
I would like to add the logo. So right now there's no pictures on the website. I don't know if that will get taken down or what we need to really suffice us adding the picture of the logo, how that works. But I did include it into the slides, and then I have the direct link for our website. I'm not sure if there needs to be another one in addition to that because Brandy has mentioned the more citations you have, the more likely it is to stay. But I did want to provide that possibility for people to add. But essentially, that is all that I have. I have 4 slides that you can kind of pick and choose from, whoever wants to do whatever slide they want and help me actually add some more information to the Wikipedia page and be somewhat a part of the Coalition for Feminisms and Art Education's big change.
Yay.
Yay.